time off to come to our 6th AGM of MPCAM. We nearly did not make it. Okay, so far, thank you once again for coming. It has been a very good year. I would rather say a very good year for MPCAM because we have been actively engaging with MOH, with our fellow colleagues from MMA, headed by Dr. Arasu. Okay, and so far we have been helping doctors to solve doctors' issues, minimally 7 schedule fee, MCO problems and FOMIMA problems. So everything is in progress now, I would say, and we just need to be patient and wait for the outcome. And without further, we would like to, what's the next? We'll give back to Su.
Secretary. Thank you very much, Peter. So, I want to read to everyone here on
this sounds really bad.
minute of the 5th AGM, which was attended by 49 members, and we currently have about 151 active ordinary members, 113 due ordinary members, and 481 live members. The AGM was held in Star Hill in JW Marriott on the 4th of November last year. And the minutes was chaired by Dr. Ng Kok Cheong himself. Ng Kok Cheong. And then
his ex-girlfriend was Dr.
and speech by outgoing President Dr. Peter Chan. Then the issues brought by Dr. Hui. He suggested for the affiliation of the MPCAM to be removed from MPCAM's website as it may be misleading to some. MPCAM has about 11,000 members in its Facebook page, but MPCAM only has about 790 members. So Dr. Hui proposed for any affiliation with MPCAM in MPCAM's official website to be removed, and it was seconded by Dr. Jim Loy. Confirmation of last year's AGM minutes, which was acknowledged by all. So KC then proceeded to the next agenda, which was confirmation of last year's minutes. Dr. Lewis proposed to accept last year's minutes, and it was seconded by Dr. Jim Loy. KC then proceeded to present last year's activity report. And 3.2 issues. Dr. Hui interrupted and said that this activity list was not sent out to the members together with the AGM notice. According to Dr. Hui, the secretary is responsible to send out a report and edited accounts 30 days before AGM. Dr. John then gave his perspective that we should not kill ourselves over this matter, and definitely there is room for improvement, and this may take time. Dr. Hui also added that the committee did not meet every 3 months. So the dates have to be exactly 3 months, and that is what is written in the Constitution. The committee acknowledged the shortfall. KC then proceeded to explain the activities. Dr. Hui suggested that the committee adopt an annual report and to look for samples from other committees. 4. Treasurer's report. Dr. Su, myself then took over and chaired the meeting to explain about accounts. There were no issues raised. Dr. Sarah Leong proposed for the accounts to close and was seconded by Dr. Sugunawati. 5. New proposal to amend Constitution. KC proceeded with discussing new amendments to Constitution. This refers to appendix under the heading Objectives. Proposal 1, 3, 7. To organize, coordinate, arrange and hold conference, seminars, workshops, and meetings for exchange of information and findings, the reading of papers, delivery of lectures, etc. to acquire, prepare, and 3.8 to provide continuing medical education by organizing, coordinating, arranging, holding conferences, seminars, and workshops to present papers of excellence and orations. 39 to provide continuing professional development in the form of specific advanced training courses and examinations to recognize excellence and competency in recent advances in medicine in tandem with the national aspirations of the development in various fields of medicine internationally. 310. After required assessment to award certificates of merit and excellence of competency in the practice of medicine to the competent physicians in medicine. This motion was proposed by Dr. Peter Chan and seconded by Dr. Raj Kumar. The main objective for this motion was to allow MPCAM to conduct professional development courses for doctors and work in ally with educational institutions. Dr. Hui then proposed to remove 7 and to replace it with 8, 9, 10 as it was redundant. This was seconded by Dr. Mariati. Proposal 2. Dr. Peter proposed that the membership to MPCAM to be changed to allow all doctors to join and to exclude dentists. Please refer appendix. This motion was seconded by Dr. Raj Kumar and motion was accepted by the floor. The change of the required two referees for member applications to none was discussed and it was withdrawn since the floor believed that there should be an authentication mechanism for new joining members. The next matter of hand was brought about by Dr. Peter and Dr. Raj to add on the certificate members, meaning doctors who took certificates with the association but are non-members. Dr. Mariati voiced out that in view of the association's best interest, perhaps the best is that for all doctors who wish to take any courses with the society, they should register themselves as a member first before allowed this privilege. Majority agreed, which Dr. Peter then withdrew his proposal. So proposal 3, Rule 16, amendment of the rules, proposed by Dr. Casey and seconded by Dr. Raj Kumar. 16.0.1, any member in benefit may make a proposal of amendments to these rules of the association and duly seconded by another member in benefit. The committee are enabled to make such appropriate amendments to the rules. 16.0.2, the proposed amendments must be submitted in the form of existing rule and propose amendment to the honorary secretary not later than 42 days prior to the AGM. 16.0.3, after deliberation of the proposed amendment by the committee, the proposed amendment will be circulated to the general membership within 30 days of the AGM. Any support or objection to the proposed amendments must reach the honorary secretary within 14 days of the AGM. 16.0.4, the proposed amendment will be tabled at the AGM as an agenda for a decision of approval or rejection. 16.0.5, any approved decision to amend the rules will be submitted together with the minutes of the AGM within 60 days of the AGM by the secretary. 16.0.6, the amendment will take effect from the date of the notice of acceptance of the amendment by the registrar. Dr. Mariati proposed that Resolution 3 is accepted and closed. 36 members voted for Resolution 3 while the rest abstained. Proposal 4. Proposal 4 was on a complaint mechanism. However, in view that this proposal was not prepared, it was advised to the committee to revise and repurpose on the next AGM. So Dr. Peter withdrew the proposal. 6. On the election process, Dr. Jayanti then proposed that the current committee be dissolved. It was seconded by Dr. Lim Lai Kyun. Dr. Ganesh was chosen as the election officer and Dr. M. Mani Bawani and Dr. Mary Varides were chosen to be counters. At the time of dissolution, there were 42 members present in the hall. For the post of president, Dr. Peter Chan was nominated by Dr. Andrea and seconded by Dr. Goh Choi Fong. Dr. Edwin Chang was nominated by Dr. Lim Lai Kyun and seconded by Dr. Hafiz. Dr. Raj Kumar was nominated by Dr. Jayanti and seconded by Dr. Kevin Lee. Dr. Edwin and Dr. Kumar both declined the post and Dr. Peter won uncontested. So Dr. Hui then proposed nomination to be closed and was seconded by Dr. Jayanti. For the post of Vice President, Dr. Raj was nominated by Dr. Edwin Chang and seconded by myself, Dr. Su Tai Kang. Nominations were then closed, proposed by Dr. Govinda and seconded by Dr. Luis. For the post of Secretary, Dr. Mariati was nominated by Dr. K. Singan and seconded by Dr. Edwin Chang. Nominations were then closed, proposed by Dr. Goh, seconded by Dr. Jordan. For the post of Assistant Secretary, Dr. Pang Suling was nominated by Dr. Mary and seconded by Dr. Kelvin. Nominations were then closed. For the post of Treasurer, Dr. Sutaikang was nominated by Dr. Edwin Chang, seconded by Dr. Louis. Nominations were then closed. For the post of committee members, Dr. Goh Choi Fong was nominated by Dr. Pang Suling and seconded by Dr. Shivani. Dr. Felicia Chang Chui Fun was nominated by Dr. Kelvin and seconded by Dr. Lim. Dr. Ganesh was nominated by Dr. Andrea and seconded by Dr. Louis. Dr. Edwin Chang was nominated by Dr. Raj and seconded by Dr. Mary. Dr. K. Singan was proposed by Dr. Mary and seconded by Dr. Siu Tong Seng. Dr. Bhavani then proposed that the election be closed and he was seconded by Dr. Louis. So the final results of the MPCAM Committee 2017 to 2019, President was Dr. Peter Chan, Vice President Dr. Rajkumar, Secretary Dr. Marati Maharun, Assistant Secretary Dr. Pang Suling, Treasurer Dr. Sutaikang, Committee members Dr. Goh Choi Fong, Dr. Felicia Chang Chui Fun, Dr. Ganesh Warren, Dr. Ngan Kok Cheong, and Dr. Edwin Chang Yok Poi. So 7, appointment of auditors by committee. So the internal auditors are Dr. John Ng Swee Chun and Dr. Hui Lai Ngo. External auditors remain as CBL company. 8, words from the members. The AGM then ended by parting words from a few of the members of the floor. Dr. Mary applauded the work done by the committee thus far and encouraged them to continue the fight. Dr. John encouraged the new committee not to lose heart and to keep putting in effort. Dr. Kenny then voiced that the mistakes pointed out by Dr. Hui should not have been repeated as it has been going on for some time now. He hopes the next AGM will be better. Dr. Hui also encouraged the new committee to abide by the constitution and to constantly improve, to be known for the right cause and not be misunderstood. Dr. Bupi raised a very crucial issue is that there are almost 800 members who are registered as MPCAM members but only 36 turn up for the meeting. She would like to understand why this is happening. And Dr. Peter ended the AGM by thanking everyone, especially Dr. Hui, for her guidance. He hopes that MPCAM will continue to strive to be the voice of unity of all doctors in Malaysia. So the number 9 AGM ended at about 7:15 PM. Okay. So that was on the past minutes. And then the next one is
Okay,
So,
proposes to close one. We will accept confirmation of last year AGM. Okay, confirm.
Yeah, second.
The proposal 4, we did not resolve it, right?
Proposal
Proposal 4
4.
on complaint mechanism. We still have not page 16.
Oh. Withdrawn already.
Yeah,
withdrawn. It was withdrawn the proposal
So
was
we
withdrawn.
won't have any complaint mechanism.
No, that's why this AGM we are going to propose them.
It's already withdrawn.
Yeah, we don't say we are proposing anyone this time. AGM propose and who second?
Yeah, down
No,
there.
that was
One second, yeah. What's on the list?
So next is to read out on the proposed amendments of the Constitution.
Please propose it.
Okay. So to the Honorary Secretary, in compliance with Rule 17 of the Society's Constitution, I hereby give notice of intention to move the following resolutions to amend the Society's Constitution at the forthcoming General Meeting on the 4th November 2017. So Resolution 1, existing rule number 3, objective. The objective for which the Society is established are: A. To promote and uphold the interests of the profession of doctors in all its aspects. B. To build MPCAM to become the strong voice of the medical profession. C. To find a common ground to provide the best healthcare in the world. D. To bridge the gap between the public and the private services. E. To enable doctors' spouses heard in the legal setting. F. To facilitate communication and goodwill amongst doctors practicing in Malaysia. G. To organize, coordinate, arrange and hold conference seminars, workshops and meetings for exchange of information and findings, the reading of papers, delivery of lectures, etc. to acquire, prepare, edit. So, proposed amendments. The rule number 3 objective is the objective of which the society is established are: 1. To promote and uphold the interests of the profession of doctors in all its aspects, to build MPCAM to become the strong voice of the medical profession, to find a common ground to provide the best healthcare in the world, 4. To bridge the gap between the public and private services, 5. To enable doctors' grouses heard in one single strong voice, 6. To facilitate communication and strong will amongst doctors practicing in Malaysia. 7. To organize, coordinate, arrange and hold conference, seminars, workshops and meetings for exchange of information and findings. The reading of papers, delivery of lectures, etc. to acquire, prepare, edit. 8. To provide continuing medical education by organizing, coordinating, arranging, holding conferences, seminars and workshops to present papers of excellence and orations. 9. To provide continuing professional development in the form of specific advanced training courses and examinations to recognize excellence and competency in recent advances in medicine, in tandem with the national aspirations of the development in various fields of medicine internationally. And number 10, after required assessment, to award certificates of merit and excellence of competency in the practice of medicine to be competent physicians in medicine. Resolution 2, existing rule. Rule number 4 on membership. There will be 4 categories of members, namely life, ordinary, honorary and associate. Basic requirement for membership will be medical doctors or MTs.
I think
That's the existing rule.
the new one is
Okay, the new one is actually at the end,
Yeah, they're removing
page 60.
You're reading the old rules.
Okay, so what we do now, now we have already confirmed the minutes,
Yeah.
proposed and already seconded.
the thing is this, Raj, we haven't submitted to ROS for the change, remember?
Yeah.
So
You
we have to
haven't submitted.
resubmit. So there was a problem with the submission of ROS. So the last thing that we adopted during the last AGM, we were supposed to submit to ROS within 30 days.
From the last AGM, they should have wanted to ROS already.
Yes,
We
but
close on time.
yes, it hasn't reached. So there was some problem with the ROS system and all of that. So we have to resubmit everything from last year's and this year's
But
proposal.
Peter, we have to, you know, otherwise they
Yes.
give a warning letter to
Yeah,
show cause.
we know,
you
no, they know about it. So they told us to submit it this time.
After this
What's the
AGM,
deadline?
they said after the AGM,
After the
30
AGM.
days within the
Because
next
30
AGM.
days.
There was a technical problem between the problem there, so we could not put in, online. So they told us we had to go there and do it.
But please do now. Because that is a big default, you know, brother.
Yes.
$5,000 they will close one eye. So no AGM.
So we have to actually resubmit from last year's one and this year's one. We don't actually know what's the problem because Marity was in charge. So maybe we should tell that Marity tendered her resignation as well about a month ago.
Let us know what's
Yeah,
going on.
so we don't really know what's going on as well with Marity. So she tendered resignation about a month ago.
Don't matter lah. Peter, if I may suggest, meet the ROS officer, whoever is designated for this farm, and see what's the problem and make good. History is history lah.
Yeah, so I've actually called the ROS already. I've called them. They said
How
that
can we make good?
so in this AGM, we're supposed to make the new secretary official, and then from there, I just register as a new user and just submit everything as well. That's it.
Get it done.
Please, please.
So, can we just, since Mariati has already sent in her resignation, and also one of the committee
And
members,
accepted.
yeah, accepted by the
Committee
committee,
must accept.
yeah, committee has
Yes.
accepted. Ganeshwaran has also tendered his resignation, and committee has accepted. So, can the AGM just endorse
Yes.
this? And because we want to appoint at this AGM, we want to appoint Sue as the acting secretary.
Yeah.
So can we have a proposer and a seconder for Sue?
Propose soon the
Okay.
secretary or acting
Secretary.
Secretary.
Not acting anymore.
Yeah. And so Sue, since Sue is the assistant secretary,
No.
existing assistant secretary, and now we have proposed her to be secretary.
Yeah.
So we have a vacancy for assistant secretary.
Yeah. So I propose for Felicia to be assistant.
Yeah, so we'd like to propose Felicia for that assistant secretary to fill that vacancy. So can we have a proposal and seconder for that too?
Okay. Sue, the treasurer.
Yeah.
Treasurer is Sue.
Yeah, two suits.
Can-
Oh, my God, is me.
Oh, I see.
How Suling.
I see.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then the other thing is we have a vacancy now for Ganeshwaran.
For committee members.
Committee members post is vacant. So do we want to appoint the committee member?
We need so many committee members.
As of this moment, okay?
As of this moment, no, we don't.
No.
But we would like more people to work for the next
We got
AGM.
two
Yeah.
empty committee.
Two.
Yeah, we got two empty
Felicia
committees.
is promoted to S.
Yeah.
What does the constitution say? Must all vacancies be filled or can it be left?
It's
I think
up to the
secretary must be filled.
Secretary,
Secretary
yes.
is a must.
But the committee members is up to the decision of the AGM.
So does the AGM decide want to appoint now, or do we want to wait and allow
Next
the
year.
committee to co-opt as and when necessary? We can decide that.
It's better to let you all slowly find a
Ah.
person who can capable of doing the job. Not like the last time.
Yeah.
So much problem.
Yeah.
Not doing the job is one. You nearly jeopardize the whole association.
Yes.
It's very upsetting when I found out.
Yeah.
I'd rather not to have gambled away our things relying on someone we thought is trustworthy and doing the job.
Yeah.
So we have to find a way to get the right people to come in.
Yes.
Not just select on the point go now and then hoping the person will work. No, it's not going to be that way.
So can we propose that we don't fill those vacancies now?
Yes, we don't
And
fill it.
let can the
The most
AGM
important
can
post-
the AGM propose that the committee fill in the vacancy as and when necessary?
Yes, I agree for that.
From your committee's point of view, are you severely overworked? Are you like
No.
20 or 24?
You're not.
They're underpaid lah. That's all.
Underworked.
Don't pay.
Underpaid.
Are you paid? Oh, wait lah. Organize conference, wait, see how much work you do.
Never mind, I'll wait for you all in Kyoto.
Okay, so now we have already confirmed and discussed the matters from the previous AGM minutes and proposed and stated also, right? So now we go to item number 3 lah.
But this, I'm sorry, Raj,
Yeah.
this committee thing, put it nicely lah, because we stop with you lah.
Yeah.
This post vacant, we left vacant, and the committee will then appoint whoever they see fit,
Yes.
if and when it comes out, something like that lah.
Yeah.
This
I think you exactly that.
We need proposal and second.
Yes. Proposal is. We propose it.
Proposal is Sue, right?
No,
No,
you propose.
I propose.
John.
No, I don't want to propose. I want the committee.
Ini bukan PS kah?
Maybe somebody outside of the committee propose it
Seconded,
second.
okay.
John propose.
For the committee.
Yeah, seconded by me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go. Okay, propose. Okay, settled. That part is settled, huh? Okay, so item number 3, to receive from the council and to adopt the annual report of the activities of the association during the year preceding. So this one is in page 25. So page 25 are the activities that and the meetings that we attended. As you can see, a couple of meetings we attended. Most of the meetings we attended with MMA and the other GP associations. On page 27, you will see the attendance and the dates of the committee meetings and all those who attended and the brief minutes. So that will be item number 3. If there are no questions, maybe we can get a proposal and seconder and just pass this also.
Yeah. Propose.
Okay, proposer is Jim Loy.
Proceed.
Any seconder? Okay, Chong Hin Pao. Okay, number 4. To receive from the committee and to adopt an audited statement of accounts for the preceding year together with reports of the auditors. So there's one internal auditor here, Dr. Hui. Dr. Hui has given
A list of
a list of things that we have to go through and discuss and comment. So before that, before the auditor's report, can we have the treasurer's report? Yeah.
I think the treasurer's report first.
Yeah, treasurer's report first, then we go to the auditor.
The statement financial position as at 31st of December 2017.
Which page?
Page 33.
Oh, yeah.
So as you can see, assets, we have the same assets only. So there's a slight depreciation from 2016, which is the plant and equipment about 5,070. Current assets that we have, other receivables. Now this sum of 4,000 is actually from one of our sponsor from last year's event, this remedy. Actually they promised us about 5,000 and they gave us only about 1,000 deposit. So this 4,000 likelihood we will not be able to retrieve. And cash and cash equivalents, we have about 181,590. So in total assets, we have about 190,589. In equity and reserve general funds, 6. So it's altogether about 185,866. Liabilities, current liabilities, we have about 4,006. Other payables accruals is about 123. So that together with the total liabilities of 4,723, the total equity and liabilities is about 190,589. And in income, so membership fees, we have about 23,020. Event income from members is about 17,337. Event income from one member about 55,000. That makes up about 95,357. For expenditure, we have accounting fees, which is about 6,000. Administrative charges about 36,000. AGM expenses about 33,140. Audit fees about 2,300. Audit telephone and fax charges about 20. Audit travelling about 100. Bank charges about 555. Depreciation of plant and equipment about 940. Entertainment about 403. General expenses 317. Meeting expenses about 2,732. Printing and stationery is about 200. Software rental about 8,500. Tax fee about 1,300. Website charges about 409. Workshop expenses about 5,753. So we have about altogether 98,643. So there is about a shortfall of 3,286 before taxation. And the taxation is about 123. So altogether is 3,409. And page 35, statement of cash flows. If we can see there's deficit before taxation about 3,286. Adjustment for depreciation of plant and equipment about 940. So there will be about 2,346. Increase in receivables. That means this is the 4,000 that we could not retrieve from remedy. 4,000 and increase in payables about 1,400. So cash generated from or used in operations about 4,946. Tax paid about 688. Net cash generated from or used in operating activities about 5,634. Net change in cash and cash equivalents is about 5,634 here. And then cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of the year, 187,153 minus the 5,634 is at 181,590. So that's the account statement. So Should I proceed to the internal auditor's finding?
Yes, so we first get your accounts
Yeah, confirm.
confirmed and passed first. Any questions on the accounts?
Questions?
Basically, no, we can see there's a shortfall of